And a special thanks and shout out to Community Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, and Ram of Bloomington, Indiana for allowing me to come out and film this 2019 Ram 2500 Tradesman. Hello everyone. Today we are taking a detailed in-depth walk-around look at the brand new 2019 Ram 2500 Heavy Duty. This truck we have here is a flame red Tradesman crew cab with a 6'4" box and the black and diesel gray cloth interior. This truck features the Tradesman Level 2 equipment group, the chrome appearance package, and the power black trailer tow mirrors. I chose to review the Tradesman because I usually review high-level trims and really wanted to explore what the Tradesman was and all it has to offer. So we do have a four-wheel drive vehicle. It is a manual shift-on-the-fly transfer case, and it features the $445 optional anti-spin rear differential. For those curious, while not intended for total off-road driving due to the weight of the engine, the off-road specs are a 149-inch wheelbase with an overall length of 238.8 inches. Features an 8.5-inch ground clearance with an approach angle of 23 degrees, a departure angle of 26 degrees, and a ramp breakover angle of 24 degrees. And power comes from the $9,100 optional Cummins 6.7-liter turbo diesel inline 6-cylinder engine. It features a compacted graphite iron block with cast iron cylinder heads, a 10-bolt crank flange, and features a variable whole set turbocharger with 33 psi of boost. In this configuration, it creates 370 horsepower, 2,800 RPM, 850 pound-feet of torque at 1,700 RPM. This truck features a max payload of 2,360 pounds with a max trailer tow weight of 18,870 pounds. And the 2500 features a 31 US gallon fuel capacity. Inside the fuel door are both diesel fuel fillers and DEF filler necks. EPA fuel economy ratings are not required and not noted. However, on my unloaded 15-mile mixed driving test, I achieved 13.8 miles per gallon. And the transmission on this truck is a 6-speed 68 RFE automatic transmission. It does feature gear limit selection, featured on the steering wheel mounted buttons, full and automatic exhaust brakes. And as you can see, the lever is a classically styled column mounted lever. And taking the Ram on a drive, we haven't hit the highway yet, but just generally driving. Overall, it's a very quiet experience, even with the diesel engine. Cabin insulation is great. The ride is bumpy, however, that's the nature of these heavy-duty trucks. They actually smooth out when you have more weight on the rear axles. But overall, inside, it's pretty nice and pretty refined, considering what it is. Alright, now let's take a look around the rear of the truck. It's pretty basic in this trim. The chrome appearance package adds chrome-plated bumpers and chrome wheels, and while there are no parking sensors, there is, due to regulations, a standard backup camera with hitch guidance. Tail lamps are incandescent bulbs with no LEDs. LED tail lamps are optional on the Tradesman and Bighorn package, and standard on Laramie and higher levels. Overall, back here, it's just pretty much a basic pickup truck. It does what it needs to do, and it does it pretty well. Alright, walking along the profile of the truck, it's pretty much standard truck. It still retains that classic big rig look that Ram has had for several years. This vehicle does feature the black fold-out trailer tow mirrors. They do feature side repeaters, convex lower portions that are adjustable. Overall, it's a nice look with the chrome wheels. Steering is variable rate hydraulically assisted recirculating ball. Wheels, as stated previously, are the 18-inch steel chrome-clad wheels with LT 275/70 R18 Firestone Transforce HT tires. That is front and rear. Brakes are power-assisted 4-wheel disc brakes with vented front rotors and solid rear rotors. They are assisted by ABS, stability and traction control, as well as engine exhaust braking. You've also got electronic brake force distribution. Alright, moving around the front of the truck, that's where it really dominates in the looks department. With the chrome finish grille, front bumper, and clear lens headlamps, and the huge Ram logo front and center, there is no mistaking what is coming up behind you. This truck features automatic headlamps with halogen lights and incandescent turn indicators. With the $2,195 optional safety group package, the Tradesman can be had with LED headlamps and tail lamps, adaptive cruise control with stop, blind spot monitor with truck-only cross-path detection, full-speed forward collision warning, rain-sense wipers, and auto-dimming interior rearview mirrors. Clearance lamps are not on this truck, but they are a $95 option. Alright, here we're actually accelerating onto an interstate entrance ramp, and as you can see, it gets up to 60 miles per hour pretty quickly. Of course, with the enormous amount of torque in the engine at low RPMs, there's a lot of power to be had. Getting up to speed to the highway is effortless at best. It's also very quiet. We are now driving the truck on the open highway. As stated before, it's still very quiet, very refined. There's little to no engine noise inside the cabin as it is well insulated. The bumps kind of smooth out over high speeds, however, it's still pretty rough riding. But as stated before, that is the nature of these kind of trucks. Overall, I'm pretty impressed. The steering and handling is very good. Remote start and keyless enter and go smart key access are not available on the Tradesman. Remote start is optional on the Bighorn Level 2 equipment group. However, this truck does feature remote keyless entry. Alright, opening the large doors, as you can see, it's a pretty nice interior, especially with the Level 2 group. You do get the black and diesel gray cloth interior. It is a 40-20-40 split bench seat. You get the basic plastic door cards. There is no real padding except for on the armrest. The up-level trim doesn't happen until the Bighorn. However, you do have power mirrors, power windows, and power door locks. Satin chrome finished door pulls. Nice large map pockets. On the instrument panel, you do have your headlamp control with automatic headlamp controls. You've also got a cargo light, instrument panel dim and interior light dimmer. You do have a tilt steering wheel, carpeted interior with carpeted floor mats. And taking a closer look at the seats are very comfortable. They're about what you would expect in a Ram truck. The cloth is very nice and very durable. It is all manual adjust, fore and aft with backrest adjust. Alright, panning through the interior, we're going to show more details. Nice fluid, power assisted steering as stated before. It is a urethane steering wheel, but it does have perforated accents on the 10 and 2 areas. Multifunction controls for the Uconnect Bluetooth and voice commands. Your trip computer controls. You've also got your cruise controls and your gear limit select on the lower spoke. Pretty nice and pretty basic 6-ring cluster. You do have a black and white monochromatic trip computer, but it does show a plethora of truck status and vehicle information. You've got different trip computers, your trailer tow screen set up for your displays. Overall, it's pretty nice. Even in a basic truck, it's nice to have all this. However, moving on to the second clip, this is a up-level Bighorn instrument cluster. It is a full screen, multi-view, and it's just a quick view of the optional equipment that you can get in this truck. I just thought it'd be kind of interesting to see the differences between the two screens. And this is basically the screen setup for the multi-view cluster. While this is not available on the Tradesman, it is available on the trim level up next, which is the Bighorn. I just thought it'd be interesting to show the differences between the two. Overall, I like the gauge clusters in the new Rams. They're easy to read, they're large, clear, they light up bright at night, so there's no issue in readability. Sweeping over the top of the dash, it's pretty basic. You do have a dash top storage, big enough to hold a cell phone. You've also got a 12-volt power point here. And moving down, you do have the Uconnect 5.0 touchscreen display. I found that the buttons are actually not that responsive. There's a bit of a delay in pressing. It doesn't have any kind of gestures either. You actually have to use the touch arrows. You do have access to your reverse camera. It's a small screen, but you do have active guidance lines. You also have hitch guidance, and you can zoom the display in. So it is actually usable. If you have the 8.4-inch touchscreen display, you do have a wider variety of camera options, as shown here. What's really cool is here in the cab view, or the bed view, you can actually adjust your center line to help guide in your fifth wheel. That's a pretty handy feature there. You can hit the accept button and it'll change that. And then you have your door mirror cameras, where you can actually swing out the view here from left to right. And you can also do center on. The upgraded camera is a really nice feature. Alright, moving down, you do have buttons for your hazard warnings, your traction control, single zone manual air conditioning controls. They're pretty easy to use. They're very simple in their operation. Straightforward. Storage cubby here, where the four-wheel drive electronic transfer case would be. Trailer brake controller, plus and minus for the gain, your diesel exhaust brake, and your tow haul mode. Moving down below, you'd have a couple USB ports, USB-C ports, an auxiliary input jack, a nice large storage area, of course your shift on the fly transfer case. Center armrest folds down to reveal 3 cup holders, a nice large storage bin with a 12-volt power point, and coin holder. Of course, it does lift up to reveal a third seat, and something you don't see very often in 2019 is a lap belt. Overall, the interior of the Tradesman is actually a pretty nice place to be. With the level 2 equipment group, it's not really what I would call a basic truck, although it is basic considering Ram trims. Overhead, you have a manually dimming rearview mirror. Overhead console features 2 overhead reading lights. You've also got your dome control switch. Sunglasses holder, of course. And you've also got your power sliding rear window. Nice large padded vinyl sun visors with vanity mirrors. They are non-illuminated. Sun visors do swing out and slide out on extensions. Alright, now let's take a look at the rear seat. Rear seat's pretty nice and very roomy considering that this is a crew cab. All plastic door cards continue on the rear seat, but you do have the satin chrome door pulls and padded armrest. The rear seat does seat 3 across with high adjustable head restraints on all passenger seating areas. There is no center fold down armrest. And the seat does fold, but the entire seat cushion folds up. There is no 60-40 split on this vehicle. Underfloor storage, floor-mounted cup holders, rear positional air vents, and a small storage cubby. You've also got no seat back map pockets either. Alright, take a look at the bed now. It's a 6-foot 4-inch bed. You can also opt for the 8-foot bed on the 2500s. It's a pretty nice area. There is no spray-in bed liner. That is optional. You can also opt for a drop-in bed liner. Inside width of the bed is 66.4 inches, and it's 51 inches at the wheelhouse. Inside height is 20.2 inches with an inside length of 76.3 inches. Overall cargo volume is 57.5 cubic feet. You do have tie-down hooks on all 4 corners. LED bed illumination is optional. And taking a look here, we do have the trailer tow group, so we have a frame-mounted hitch receiver. You've also got 4 and 7-pin wiring mounted in the license plate housing. 5th wheel gooseneck prep is optional as well. Alrighty, and this does conclude our in-depth walk-around look at the brand new 2019 Ram 2500 Tradesman. We hope you liked the video, and if you would like to see more like it, comment down below. Also, don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe, and check out our Facebook page at facebook.com/neighborhoodcarreviews. And as always, thanks for watching.